Hey everyone, I guess we're starting. Thank you so much for being here. I am Kenley Mattis, and I am the co-creator of the Play It Back Songs music program by Teen Cancer America. Before we start, I'm going to do a little housekeeping. For those of you who haven't done Zoom this year, you can change your view to speaker view or to gallery view in the top right. And if the chat isn't open, it's at the bottom of the screen on the button there. So thank you all for coming. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the program that you've come to check out and a little bit what's going on today. So thanks to all the Play It Back artists for being here. And thank you so much to Benny and to Tom for taking time out for all of us to talk about music. Before we get going, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and the Play It Back Songs music program. I have 25 years of experience bringing music to patients. And my friend Hillary and I had the idea to make a more intimate music program for young people with cancer. But it wasn't until the Wands Burns and the Riley families raised money in memory of their young adult sons, specifically to create a music program for AYAs, which is what we say adolescent and young adult cancer patients and survivors, through Teen Cancer America. That's when Play It Back Songs really took off. And that was almost 4 years ago. So at this point, we've logged close to 1,000 hours of studio and writing time. We've written over 70 songs and have served more than 30 cancer patients and survivors and their families. And it's been an amazing journey. This isn't just for young people who are musicians or who are accomplished writers. Most of the young people in the program love music, but maybe hadn't ever written or recorded a song, don't play an instrument, or some play instruments and never explored singing or writing. So each young person has their own musical interests and journey. We've done rap songs, country songs, indie pop songs, ska songs. Everyone's into different music and experiments with different styles. We've had collaborations and actually have grown into a community. Because of COVID, not only have we become a national program, we're in 10 states now. We have group sessions on Mondays. We call that Music Mondays, where we commune and share music and even have successful music industry people like Benny and Tom come and hang and do Q&As. We have some of them watching today as well. This is a really diverse group of young people. We have teenagers, 20-somethings, 30-somethings. We have young people from many different backgrounds, but they've all gone through cancer and have experienced how creating songs can heal them. It's about relationships too, and meeting other people with a shared experience in a place that they feel safe and safe to let things out. Playback artists feel safe and supported. Songs aren't always exactly about cancer, but whatever it's about, it's always healing. To hear how much they tell me how much they get from the sessions that we do is incredibly encouraging. Some people have hard weeks and call to schedule sessions because they rely on this program when they're feeling down and need support. This is how they express and release their troubles now. We distill the musical creative process to its essence. It's purely about the experience and the music. Normally, musicians talk about a release date, when the music is going to be released, but for this is the purest form of creative release. Weights are lifted off of young people's backs by doing this, and you can hear it in the changes on what they create. I see Benny there now. Hey, Benny, what's up? I'm doing a little intro. I can't hear you right now, but we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to Benny in a moment, and here Benny can hear my intro too. Let's see. So this is I just want to tell about one particular experience with Brian, one of the earlier Play It Back artists. He did a song called "So Alone," which was about addiction, and it was really graphic and kind of hard hitting. And then after that, he did a song called "Sunrise," which I think Benny had heard and a bunch of other people had heard and said, wow, this is an amazing pop song. I don't think that song would have happened without Brian coming in and getting the first song off his chest. So it's like all the pieces are waiting to be put together. And now it's bigger than all of us. And we know the pieces are there. We just need the support to bring this to more young people across the country. So we put together a video culminating a lot of the experiences we've had over the years, and we want to share it with you to see more of what we're about. So I'm going to turn my camera off and let's see what's show the video.
I'm in the hospital right now. I've been here for a month and it's been pretty crappy, yet I'm having the best day I've ever had in my life. How ironic is that?
The process can be anything from working with somebody who's never really done any music or someone who already is a musician, and I can help them realize their vision. Every case is different and every case is really rewarding.
When I was diagnosed, it definitely threw a wrench in my life. I had my guitar in the hospital, and it's definitely, for me, essentially a therapy for me to just kind of get my thoughts out, and it's definitely an escape.
Art's very powerful. I feel like creativity is something that everybody should have as an outlet in one way, shape, or form, whatever it is.
When I came out of the experience and I was like a cancer survivor, Play It Back was like that booster shot of confidence.
It's healing, it's definitely therapeutic, and giving them an outlet for this really difficult time in everyone's lives.
When you're confronted by health professionals all day, we tell them how long they have to stay in hospital, but then when you think about music, they can be what they want to be, where they want it to be, and how far they want it to go.
We're pulling more and more music industry people into this. I'm looking forward to when more and more people get behind the program.
We want more help, and it isn't just about the dollars, it's about the creative help, it's about the way that people can engage with this and really help young people in a very personal way.
This organization has just brought so much to my life, you know?
Music is healing, and, it really takes you to that place.
It's creating a lot of energy and excitement inside of me.
Yeah, no, I just feel blessed to have this opportunity, truly.
My favorite part is to watch somebody grow. I think it's life-changing in many ways. So I'm really honored to be able to do this and to go into hospitals and to help people by making music with them. Yeah, so I'm really proud of that. And I'm gonna introduce Sarah and Christina, and I also want to introduce Tom and Benny. So if I'm doing this right, I think Sarah and Christina, you can turn your cameras on. And we're gonna have Sarah and Christina, and I think Tom, you could turn your camera on too. We're gonna have Sarah and Christina ask some questions of Benny and Tom, but I just want to say, not to try to embarrass Benny or Tom, because I got so much love for these guys. It's sort of like where do I start, but they're kind of like my mentors, idols, and friends, and I'm just so happy they're here to take part in this. And yeah, so I'm gonna throw it to I was saying earlier today that it's always awe-inspiring to be around people who are the best at what they do. And Tom and Benny, although they're very humble and they'll shake their head and say whatever, that to me they're the best at what they do for so many reasons. Also, just because they're such amazing people. There's a lot of great talented people that don't take the time for people who are going through stuff. These guys do. So I'll leave it at that. But here, Sarah and Christina, you guys can do a little introduction of yourselves. I'll turn my camera off, and I'm excited to see what you talk about. And it's good to see you, Tom and Benny, too.
Thanks so much, Kinley. So it's so good to see everyone. So excited about this panel. To give you a quick intro on me, my name is Christina. I am currently 29 years old, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer at age 24. So it's been 5 years cancer-free, but I've been a member with Play It Back programs powered by Teen Cancer America since last summer, and it's been an awesome opportunity. I'm currently located in Los Angeles, but I'm from North Carolina, if you can hear a little bit of twang. That's just a quick intro. I do want to pass it to Sarah so she can introduce herself.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here. My name is Sarah Carreras. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Hawthorne, California, and I was diagnosed with leukemia, and I also had a bone marrow transplant last year. Soon after my diagnosis, I was connected with Teen Cancer America and Played It Back, and it has been really awesome for me. It was always like my lifelong dream to be able to record my own songs. So I'm just so grateful to everybody at TCA. And yeah, I'm really excited for this panel. And I was going to say one more thing. I think it was cool, but forget it. Oh, I like to sing and play guitar. So I'm so excited to have you guys on. Welcome again, Tom and Benny. We'll go ahead and start our panel discussion.
See, Sarah, you just reminded me. My musical fact, I'm a singer. I like R&B. neo soul, pop, all of that. But let's dive into the questions. So the first question is for Tom. Tom, you've had a long-lasting career in the music industry, starting with your time as a DJ at your university radio station. What's the source of your musical inspiration that's kept you going all of these years?
Well, look, I grew up just loving music, and I kind of tried to be a musician a little bit. As Kenny will tell you, I wasn't that good, unless I can get a very forgiving audience with people in hospitals and that kind of thing. So I really enjoy music, and I wanted to just be connected to music. And so I ended up falling into radio. That was like my way of being a part of it. And look, I just love it. I feel like music does things to people that nothing else can. We talk about the healing power of music, and it's unreal to be able to see that firsthand. And look, if you're having a bad day, it can make you feel good. If you're having a sad day and you want to kind of lose yourself into something, music allows you to do all those things. So, I love it. I love being a part of it, and I'm excited that I get to interact with people like Kenny and you all and Benny, and thank God he keeps giving us good music to play.
I love that. Thanks so much, Tom.
Well, I'll go next. My question is for Benny. Nice to see you again. So we've loved hanging out with you when you come to our Zoom calls or when you bring a guest. So I wanted to know if you have a favorite memory or moment, a favorite like play it back memory specifically.
Yeah, definitely. My favorite one was when we had like the in-person concert hang like with everyone, because it's one thing connecting with people like through Zoom and over the phone, but like when you're really in person with someone and people, it's like you feel the energy and you can connect on such a deeper level, and seeing everybody there and all of the hard work that everyone put in to get there, and from the people putting it on to the musicians on stage, and it's we all can sing behind closed doors and stuff, but when you get in a crowd of people, it's a whole nother story. And just seeing, it's so funny because whenever Kenley would tell me in the beginning like he wanted me to do this thing, it's like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it to be nice, but then everyone happens to be randomly so good at making music. It's not like it's not like I have to sit there and be like, oh, okay, yeah, like this one's pretty good, that's pretty good. Like everything is just like fucking good. And it's like it's there's no faking, there's no half stepping, and it's just like it's inspiring.
Wow, that's awesome. I hope that we get to do another one soon. I'm really excited for that. Thank you.
Me too.
You can go next, Christine.
Okay, so thinking about our next question. Well, first off, Benny, just I too am looking forward to being in person. I was on mute just now, and there was a fire truck that went by. So it's just this idea of uninterrupted connection with other artists and people in the music industry who just love music. That's something that I am so looking forward to.
Exactly.
It's going to be awesome. But taking a step back and thinking about our work and our population. These are adolescents and young adults who are battling cancer. Tom, you've done a lot of work for people in the cancer world. What is it about this population that moves you to want to help?
That's for me. I like I was saying before, I see the healing power of music, and to see somebody. But by the way, my first hospital visit ever was with Kenley, when he told me this is the coolest experience ever. You need to do it, and so I did it, and I had no idea how much I would personally get out of it. To see people who they're having a rough day, and this is the one little moment where they can be in control. They decide whether or not they want a performance or not, or they want to be able to get involved. And then to see their mood completely transformed, it just feels so good, that energy of connecting with people. So look, I just love having that connection.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Benny, a question back to you. So, who's one of your favorite artists that you've had a positive experience with? You know, you talked about, initially you were being kind, but think about other people you work with who I'm sure are also kind and just committed to making the world a kinder place. Can you tell us about who that artist is and a quick story about them?
Man, surprisingly, working with, man, I'm trying to think. There's two. Uh, about, man, probably 12, 13 years ago, I started a charity of my own, with some other friends and folks. Some are on this call right now, and I remember I came up with an idea because my cousin had just beat cancer, and she became an oncologist, and she would always ask me, "Hey, can you get so and so to sign an autograph? Hey, can you get this person to come play this thing?" And I could never pull it together because it was always like so last minute. And I was like, "Man, I just need to start. I just need to do one of these." So I said I was going to do it, and I remember the first one we did. It was 2 days before an event. And I was completely bullshitting. I was like telling everyone at the hospital, I think we did it at Mattel. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're good. We're all good." And somehow within like 36 hours, I pulled together Justin Bieber premiering his Never Say Never movie at a hospital and coming in and surprising all the kids. And it was so funny because like Paramount or whoever was doing I think it was Paramount who did the movie. They like didn't want to give a copy of it out because it was before it came out. And somehow like Justin, man, he just like rise to the occasion. Like, and he always does. Anytime I ever need him for anything charity related, he's there at a drop of a hat. Like he was so busy that day. And he was like, "I don't think I can come." And then like still made his way down there, did it all. That was crazy. And then also, man, like when I worked with, when I first started working with Lil Dicky, I was like, "Oh, this guy's just like a comedian. He's a funny guy. He's not into, changing the world and stuff." And then we made this song, with, because everything's going on with climate change and everything. And we made this one song, and, he was like, "I want to give everything to charity. I want to do this. I want to give back. I want to find a way where we can put all these artists on a song, like a We Are the World type thing. And then we can, we can get kids to know a little bit more about what's going on in the world, and also do it in a fun, interesting way so they don't feel like they're learning, but they are learning." And, we got to raise, millions of dollars through that song. And it's like, a lot of people have a voice, but they're scared to use it. And whenever I come across artists, so many artists are charitable, like working with Lizzo and Ed Sheeran and, Maroon 5, like they all have their head on their shoulders. And it's like, it's so good when you come across artists who just like don't care. They just want to do right because they want to do right,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer.
That's amazing. And I mean, every person you've listed, Benny, including yourself and Tom, who have joined, had spent time with us, you all are inspiring. So we're just so thankful. And absolutely, people who just want to do good. We love that. We love that. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Also, I gotta say Never was definitely one of my favorite Bieber eras. That song was amazing. It's inspiring.
All of ours.
I love that song. Yeah, it's really, really cool to hear that he, is also a really genuine dude. That's always
like the most.
Me happy. That's so cool. Benny, I have another question for you, and then Tom can answer it as well. Who is an artist that you have never met that you would like to meet and why? And it could be dead or alive. I guess we couldn't, but you know, hypothetically.
Oh man, I know mine. Hands
Hmm.
down. If I could bring him back from the dead, Prince for sure.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my number one.
So you never met him ever?
I never met him. Once he remixed one of my songs, but
Wow.
I never got to meet him. Like I saw him a few times, and it's funny because my mom had a relationship with him. Like she was friends with them from back in the day, but then they like, my mom used to live in Minneapolis, but then the friendship faded away. He was always my hero.
He invited me up to just hang out with him one time when he was in New York doing a concert up at his hotel. And it was the most surreal thing walking in. He's wearing a robe. I'm like, is that your guitar? He's like, yeah, don't touch that. But it was so cool. Just he just wanted to like talk music. And it was when Janelle Monáe had just come on the scene. And he was like, there's this girl that I just love, and you got to check it out. And he like brought out his computer and was on YouTube, and he was like, check this out. Anyway, cool moment.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Right.
So, Tom, who's an artist that you would like to meet, dead or alive?
Well, I think for me, it's John Lennon. I think I've gotten to meet Paul McCartney, and really wish that I could have met him. I mean, one of the greatest writers of all time. That and probably like going way back, Mozart. It's like talk about a guy who was just an incredible genius and was doing things at his time that were really, really groundbreaking. And then I just hear he was so crazy. I think that'd be a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah, you guys definitely picked some legends. I have another question for you, Tom. So you work with a lot of successful artists. What is a quality that you find that they all have in common?
Well, look, I think it's, and I hope you're going to ask Benny this question too, because he really knows
Okay.
the artist inside and out. But what I'll say is obviously they have that talent and they have that sort of it factor. I find that the ones that are as honest to themselves, the more success they have. Like sometimes you'll see the artists that just want to come up with a hit, and they just go and they and again, I would love to hear Benny's thoughts on this, but you can't force a hit from what I've seen on my side, on the radio and media side. But those that just have this sort of thing that comes out of them from a very honest place. And a lot of the times it takes music to a different place, and maybe they didn't intend to do it, but those are the most successful ones. I also like the ones that stay humble too. Like there's those that, come along and they kind of come and go really fast, and they're not the nicest people along the way. But there's those that, like Bono, I always think of, wow, that's a guy that he is at the top of the top, right? And he's still the most genuine, humble guy. And I just think that that's a pleasure to see those kind of people.
Awesome. Cool. What do you think, Benny?
Man, I think Tom hit it on the head. He knows, man. He just knows. It's like, man, music just in general, just like, it's so funny. I was thinking back to something Tom was saying before about like healing music and stuff. And it's so crazy that like it doesn't even matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter even if you can't hear, you can feel music. And it's just like music is so transcendent. And like, I'm getting off topic, but I was just like, it's like, that's why these programs are so important to me, because it also doesn't matter, like music, like there's no such thing as something bad. Like you can just jump right in and you can be making music that same day, I don't know.
What's up?
I was just sorry. I just got got inspired to say some stuff.
No, go for it. It's awesome. We love it. Christina, you can take the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Um,
Yeah.
so along those lines, like so many people can experience music, whether it's through listening, through feeling, just remembering a song that you've heard. Music is just so universal. But thinking about, music getting you through, feelings of isolation and challenges with mental health, are a part of the cancer experience. You know, what about music and making music helps people in these challenges in their lives? Benny, can you tell us about a time that, when music got you through a rough spot in your life?
And every day, it's like
Yeah.
there's always like times where I'm pretty good at expressing myself, but sometimes words don't work. And like the only way to do it is with music. And like to be able to have that outlet is, for me, is everything. Like it's like, because sometimes you don't want to talk, you just want to sing, or you just want to play
Yes.
an instrument, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Ah, I love that. I do. I do. I
You,
do.
you know, something that just made me think of is like when I was in the hospital, I was there for like 2 months or something, when I got diagnosed. And there was one day where they let me get out of my room and there's like a piano downstairs and I just started like singing a song and I was like, this is like the first time I feel like I'm not in the hospital. Like playing music, like in the moment, it just takes you somewhere else. And I just felt like a normal person for just like a few minutes. So like, I don't know, I really agree with you. It it's such a healing thing and it's so awesome that we get to share it with other people as well and it helps them too. So just wanted to share that.
I love that.
Yeah. So this next question I'll ask it is for both of you. Um, what are some tips that you would give young people today about how to meet their personal and or professional goals?
Well, I
We
would
can
just say,
have maybe Tom go first.
okay, I think kind of dare to suck. Somebody told me that line um, a long time ago, and it's always kind of stuck with me. It's like unless you actually start to do something. So many people I think are paralyzed because they're afraid of failing. And when you just push yourself just to do something, just go in and, like, if you're a musician, just try to write something, even if it turns out terrible, who cares? At least you tried. And or with anything that you do in life, I think the world is full of people with great ideas but really bad execution. They don't actually make a move. Like you'll hear somebody say, oh, I had an idea for a business like that, but then they never actually did anything. The difference between those that are successful and those that aren't are just taking that first step to actually do something. So look, I think don't be afraid to call people, don't be afraid to do things. Just make a move, take a step.
Yeah, I agree. When I how I first got in is I used to cold call record labels and pretend I was like so I would cold call like Atlantic Records, okay? And I'd be like, hey, is Craig Callum in there? And they'd be like, Master's calling. And I was like, oh, this is this is Jay-Z's lawyer, and we really need to speak to Craig right now. And I would get through, and then like once I get through, I'd be like, Craig, this isn't Jay-Z's lawyer, this is actually Benny Blanco, and like I really want to make music, and let me just tell you. And I would call every single day. And actually, I became very friendly with his assistant, who is my manager to this day.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
They never give up, man. And it's like a lot of people are going to tell you no. A lot of people are going to say, if it's not easy or your music's different or it doesn't make sense, people are going to say no. But it's like, fuck them. keep working.
Yeah, you can't get discouraged. I got told no so many times. I still get told no so many times in a day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Only takes one person to say yes or to believe in you, you know? And then you get a bunch of people around you to support you. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I think that's all the time we have for the discussion panel.
Okay.
I just want to remind everybody, everybody here, if you want to follow Play It Back on Instagram, I'm mentioning it because I help out with that. And also, if anybody wants to donate for this program, there is a link in the chat. Christina?
Awesome. Thank you again so much, Benny and Tom. This is great.
Of course.
Loved hearing your answers. Absolutely.
Thank you for having us. Really nice.
Yeah.
Great work. Great work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank you guys so much. This was awesome.
Yes. So we are going to keep the program going. Tom and Benny aren't going anywhere, but we are going to transition. So I am happy to introduce JC, who is one of our Play It Back artists. He's going to come on the stage and give a little intro to himself.
Everyone, I'm Juan Carlos, but you can call me JC. Tom, Benny, I want to thank you guys so much for your time and for being able to hang out with us. It's always great to have you guys. So I wanted to quickly give everyone some background. So I'm 19. I'm born and raised here in LA. I was diagnosed with ALL leukemia back in December of 2017, and actually just recently finished my treatment in April of this year. So it's great. It's great to feel much better now. I've been involved in instrumental music since middle school, and already knew at some point then that I wanted to have a career in music, although not knowing what pathway exactly to take. So while getting treatment at UCLA, one of the child life specialists told me about Play It Back, since she knew that I was all about music. And since then, it's one of the greatest things that could have happened for my life, honestly. Getting to make music with Kenley and Play It Back and Teen Cancer America has been a complete joy and blessing. Play It Back has been able to also complement my studies at USC as a music industry major right now by helping me learn and create while I dive into the world of recording, production, business, and songwriting. But more importantly, it has especially been a powerful outlet of expression for me after dealing with my cancer journey and witnessing my dad's own cancer journey and sadly his passing 2 years ago. And I speak for all of the artists that this really has been an incredible outlet and expression and big help, truly. And so what we have here is a song that Kenley and I have made recently that isn't released yet, and that we were able to get together with everyone in the program to make a nice music video. And so this song is a recent, fun, upbeat song that was made with the idea, that comes out of the idea mainly of that risk is worth taking because sometimes life is too short. And right now with the pandemic in mind, it's also about finally being able to do what so many of us really miss doing, which is dancing and being together. So I hope you guys can enjoy this song and this video that all of us at Playback had a blast making. And I'll even know, I haven't even seen the video. I was supposed to have had seen it 2 days ago while we were prepping for all of this. And I guess it was like we were singing together, meant to be, for me not even to get to see it yet. So I'm excited, and I'm coming here blind too.
Don't know what's going on with me.
Love that.
That was amazing. Hi, everyone. My name is Shauna Gershman, and I'm so beyond excited and honored to be here with you guys today. First of all, that was incredible, and I love that that was the first time you got to see it because it's amazing. So I was introduced to Play It Back and Teen Cancer America probably a couple of years ago now. Benny and I have known each other forever and started Get Well Soon Tour together many years ago. And he told me about this program. And Benny, I remember you sending me the video of your first experience with this crew, and it totally rocked my world. I mean, I was completely blown away by the music, but more importantly, these amazing teens and young adults who are such warriors, and their grit and perseverance and passion literally jumped through the music and through the screens. So I have been amazed by the program for so long, and just by this entire staff and group's ability to use music as a therapeutic tool to change people's lives. So I am so lucky to be part of this organization and be able to watch the incredible things that you guys are doing. And to the teens and young adults, you know, I'm the mother of 4 young children. And if my kids grow up to be the kind of people that you are, that take on life no matter what gets thrown at them the way you do, I will be the luckiest parent in the world. So we are so inspired by you all. I have the opportunity to be here today to ask everyone to think about making a difference and making an impact in this program's life so it can grow and thrive, and that young adults and teens across the world battling as warriors can be part of Teen Cancer America and the Play It Back music song program. So you've seen it all today. Tom, Benny, Sarah, Christina, Kenley, you'll hear from Hillary and Simon. This program is incredible. It's not only incredible, but it's incredibly well run and something that we can all be proud to fund. So there is a funding link, and it's not just today. We hope you'll consider making a gift today and being part of this movement that makes this thing grow and erupt and be possible all over the country. But we also hope that you'll take it and you'll send it to your friends and your family and your friends' family and their family, and ask them to take a look and consider giving and giving generously so that we can ensure that every young adult and every teen across the country who is going through cancer or has survived cancer can use music and music production as an incredible therapeutic outcome for them. So we are so grateful to have you here. Please take a moment now or later today to click that link and give generously. It will feel great, and you will enable such incredible growth in this program. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And at this point, I'm going to let everyone take a minute to make a gift if you can, or copy that link and save it for later. And then we will continue and close up our afternoon today.
Thanks so much, Shauna. We really appreciate that. And thank you, Tom and Benny and Sarah and Christina and JC for your amazing interviewing and video creating. We're so grateful for all of you. And I just, I helped Kenley create this program long ago. It's been a dream of ours, and we are just so thrilled to see it come to fruition and to have friends like all of you here, and being able to share with you the power of this program. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. If you have questions about the program or anything, I put my email, Hillary at Teen Cancer America, or kenley.music@teencanceramerica.org in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to us. We love to answer questions, and we hope to hear from all of you. And as Shauna said, if you are able, please make a donation or share with your friends. Kenley.
Yes, I'm coming back on. I've done 1,000 Zooms, but I can't find those buttons sometime. Wow. First, JC, that video is awesome. Thanks, guys, so much for the amazing conversation. I love that. I could sit and listen to that for longer than 20 minutes, but that was great. I love all of your stories. And I just want all the playback artists who are here today. I know some actually weren't feeling well, and other people have jobs they can't be here, but or jobs that they're out and about and they can't be it. But whoever's here, if you could just turn your camera on and wave so some of us can see, who they're helping support. There's Sammy and Nathan and Alyssa and Sage and Nathan and Alabama and Ryan. We got people from all over the country here today, Wisconsin, Madison. So thanks. This is everyone. This is part of our group, and they're all talented and awesome people who you'll be supporting today by donating what you can and supporting the program. So with that, I'd like to introduce the executive director of Teen Cancer America, Simon Davies. Simon, if you can come on, and everyone else can stay on.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, yeah, well, listen, so many words just come to mind, what an amazing hour this has been, and how inspirational it's been, and revealing and educational, and so much talent, and the real sense of community. That's extraordinary. Benny and Tom, you're amazing. You actually talk to yourselves about authentic people in your industry and people that you admire. And I think I got to say, on behalf of everybody here, you fill that category for us. Not just for what you do today, but the other ways in which you've supported this program since the beginning and got involved. And we really, really appreciate it. It's a privilege for us. And it's not just because you're famous people, it's because of the people that you are and what you give to us, and we so much appreciate that. So I want to thank you for that. And that authenticity, music is in this charity's roots, and I feel that whenever I speak to Roger Daltrey. Roger and Pete are our founders, as you all know, but Roger is all heart, and he has that same authenticity, and we appreciate him for it. So it's so great to have you part of the family. So I want to thank you for that. Sarah and Christina, you really knocked it out of the park. I mean, so professional. I'm really impressed with how relaxed you were. I wish I could be relaxed as that. But you really did do great interviews, and JC too for coming on. We so much appreciate that. And the great music that we've heard is extraordinary. Thanks to everybody else that's been involved in it. I know Hillary and the Michelles and Lily have, and Shana for stepping in and helping us so much with organising this. It's been really appreciated. And Kenley and Hillary especially as the sort of if you like, the architects of this program at the beginning. You've brought so much, and Kenley, it's a privilege to have you work for us, and have the things that you do for us, and the way that you work with young people is extraordinary. And I know that because I can tell that from all the feedback we have from those young people, and what you and Brian as your assistant and has been through himself, but also helping with the program, it means such a lot. And I don't want to end without actually paying tribute to the people that aren't with us. The sad fact about cancer is that not everybody has survived it. Danny and Jeffrey, Danny Riley and Jeffrey Wan Burns are two young people who didn't make it. It was their parents that captured, they knew what music meant to them, and they knew that something else could be done for more young people. And that really, I want to pay tribute to them and anybody else that's been involved, that this is their legacy. This is your legacy for you, your families. You're doing something extraordinary, and I think it's something that's amazing. So I want to thank you all. It's been great. I love it. We're not going to let this program die, and I know all of you that are involved in supporting us and watching today are going to be inspired as we have been. So I think that's the end of the program. Do I get the last word, or is it somebody else that takes it from here?
You get the last word.
Well, it's only up to me to say goodbye to you all. Thank you so much for your time today. This has been recorded, and so there can be, I know you're going to use sections of it for other stuff, maybe on social media and things. Hillary and Kennedy, but actually the whole thing has been recorded, so it can be made available to others who didn't see it or people you know who would like to see it. Is that right, Hillary? You can
Yes. Yeah.
get it sorted
We'll be
for.
sending it out, but if anyone wants a copy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's here forever to be used. So thank you once again, everybody, and have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Awesome. So beautiful.
For having us.
Pleasure.
Yeah.